What's up, guys? It is Cosmo the Coder here with another review for this time the Humble Monthly Bundle. Now, this came out yesterday, February 5th. Oh, that's right, isn't it? We're on the 6th now, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I should have checked. And as you'll see in just a minute, this is actually from my own login page. If you look on the outside of the page, you don't get the whole visual display that you're about to see. Actually, I'll get rid of the image now. There we go. So that and it's full screen. No, you don't see my desktop because I'm trying to hide the overall sort of menu at the top, because it does show my email address, which, you know, no offense, but I don't need you guys sending me emails for no reason. Now, if you don't know what the Humble Monthly Bundle is, where have you been? Basically, it's you pay an amount each month. I think it's $20 or $12. I can't remember now off the top of my head. I get these things muddled sometimes, and you basically get given a mystery bundle each month, kind of like how Square Enix or Enix or whatever, however you pronounce their names, used to do at Christmas time. They used to say pay X amount and you get these games, some mystery games for free, and then they would unlock it at a later date. So, but this is every month, and the difference of it is, of course, it's not going to be limited to just Square Enix games. It's Humble has a store now, and it's basically open to any and all games that at least are on the store or available to it. Now, they have promised that the games that they do release in this bundle will not be ones that have already been in bundles, and so far they've kept to that promise pretty much. So we're going to have a quick run through these games quite quickly and see what you think. Now, first up we have got Titan Souls, a action adventure kind of game in pixel art format. It's sort of reminiscent of the old 16-bit games. Definitely a interesting game to look at, and it's got some good reviews. I mean, you have to scroll down here to see your PC Gamer, Game Informer give it some good high 80 scores, and the reviews section on Steam makes it very, very positive. It's actually on my list of games to play at some point soon, but I haven't actually played it, so I can't give you much more than that. But I can say, you know, for the money, you know, the game is still about £6, and that's quite good considering what else you get in the bundle. Moving straight down, we go into Broken Age. Now, Broken Age is a graphical adventure game by Tim Schafer. If you don't know its history, you know, then it was a very successful Kickstarter, but it had a lot of controversy about how it was released. It was split into two parts, and the second part was not necessarily as well received as the first, because a lot of people were expecting the second part to be doing more than it actually did. And a lot of people felt rather cheated out of money, which kind of led to it affecting how people saw the money in terms of like being raised for Psychonauts 2, which is a big shame because Psychonauts deserves a sequel, and thankfully it's going to get one by the sound of it. So I'm quite happy about that this is part of the bundle, because I couldn't take part in the Kickstarter originally due to money reasons, and I've been holding off buying it just because I haven't got the money, and B, it's something that's not really sort of come up and said I really want to play this. I do want to play it at some point, but it's never been I'll just spend the money and buy it. So I'm quite pleased that it's come out on the bundle, because now I've got it and I've only paid so much for it. And as you can see, the reviews are quite good for it. You know, it's a good game, but there's problems with it which stem from how it was released and how it was made. Moving straight on, Volume. Now, I'd never actually heard of this game until I actually got it. It's a stealth game where you basically sneak around a sort of top-down game where you sorry, I've completely lost my train of thought. So basically, you stealth around. You have to sneak around, steal things, knock people out, and there's no killing or anything like that. So it's basically a sort of your general sort of stealth-esque game where you create new missions and everything. Now, not create new missions. I'm reading off the screen. I should stop doing that. We take part in missions. Now, it's got a big community from what we can see. People can create levels and get it released on Steam. It's got a lot of interesting people involved in it. So like Danny Wallace, Charlie McDonough. I mean, you can see it. Hopefully, you can read the text. If you can't, then sorry. But so it's even got a very interesting story and a very interesting element of it, single player element of it. I might actually put this on my list of Cosmo Tries games. Unfortunately, that list is getting quite long now, so I might have to do a month of it or something. But I'm quite interested to play Volume. It sounds quite cool. And again, cost wise, it's up there. It's worth the money. Panarium, or I'm assuming that's how Panarium. It kind of like is I'm trying to think of the right sort of thing. Sort of a combination of it's a 2D platformer, but sort of in the vein of Super Meat Boy, where you're basically having to run, avoid killer death traps, and there's basically loads of deaths, loads of silly things being blown up and set fire to and electrocuted and goodness knows what else. So it's it's one of those arcade-esque games where the main point is just to run and jump and avoid everything as possible and get the whole sort of pattern of where you ought to jump and how to do it and everything. Straight on into Dropsy. Now, Dropsy came out a few months ago to quite a big reaction. People quite actually enjoyed it. It's one of those games that makes you think and everything. It's another adventure game, but rather than be talking to people and solving puzzles, it's still solving puzzles, but Dropsy is a clown, basically, that his circus is burnt down and he's blamed for it, and you have to, as Dropsy, figure out who is actually responsible for the crime because you're being blamed for it. But the only thing is, you don't actually talk to people, you talk to animals, and instead of using text or words, they use sort of funny icons and everything. Now, that sounds completely ludicrous, and it did to me when I read about it, but you can see yourself, the reviews are quite high. It's an extremely positive kind of game, positively reviewed kind of game, sorry. I'm jumping words now. Again, it's another one of those games I'm going to have to end up playing. I come from a background of adventure games. I grew up with the LucasArts adventure games, so I love adventure games. I'm a bit annoyed with myself, to be honest. I haven't actually played most of the more modern ones that have come out, a lot of the independent ones as well that have come out, because they're coming back slowly but surely thanks to touchscreen technology. So definitely another one for me to play at some point in the near future. And again, value wise, pretty damn good. Alien Isolation. Now, like I said, this was kind of the sort of the thing dangled in front of your face. Sort of, this is the AAA game, the one that you probably want to get the bundle for. If you don't know what Alien Isolation is, it was pretty much I'll be careful how I say it. Pretty much the game of 2014 when it came out. It's exceptionally well made. It's a very accurate depiction of the Alien universe, at least from the first Alien movie. It has the same sort of computers, the same sort of visual style that was in the actual first film. You play Ellen Ripley's daughter, trying to searching for her after the events of Alien, and it's a horror-esque first-person shooter game, similar to all the other ones like Amnesia and Outlast. I get those two muddled. And survival horror games, aren't really my kind of thing. Mainly because I know it's a game. I'm not one of the. I don't scream. I'm not one of someone who's gonna make a video of me going, "Oh my god, aliens are gonna get me." I won't do that because I know it's a game. I know it's not real. Yes, it was tense, and you can watch my playthrough to see just the tension. It was good. Yes, the jump scares got to me sometimes, but all in all, it was sort of more. It was more for the atmosphere that I played it, rather than the "oh my god, I'm going to die" things. So, I can heartily recommend this game. Definitely worth it if you're a fan of the Alien franchise. Then it's definitely a very important sort of part of it. And like I said, the game is extremely well made. it does draw out some of the stuff sort of in the middle. It does feel a bit sort of tenacious that it's, or not tenacious, tenuous, that it's trying to drag things out a little bit. But all in all, I heartily recommend it, and it's still quite expensive. I don't think it doesn't include the DLCs, but to be honest, the DLCs only add extra little add-on bits. The main game's the main focus, so definitely worth a go. Excuse me, sorry, that's the that's pulled pork backfiring on me. Now, not that you need to know that. Now, this is something actually that's new and hasn't been and has started a thing. They've actually put in their own game. Now, so they actually commissioned a game from someone, and it's an exclusive specifically made for Humble monthly subscribers. And it's an experimental kind of game, basically. It's a game made by an independent. It's an experimental indie game that you basically get as part of the Humble monthly bundle. And but literally, this one's called Elephant in the Room. You're literally an elephant in the room, and you're supposed to get out of the house without being noticed. So it's basically another sneaking game, and it's another one of those games that sort of esque of the what was it? I forgot what it's called now. Oh. It's a bit like Fly, when the fly's in your house and you have to try and throw things to kill it, or I Am Bread, or it's one of those sort of novelty games that sort of has no real overall realistic purpose, but it's just one of those things to play that's silly. At least that's what it looks like, anyway. Whether I play it or not, I'll debate it later. But I like the idea of it, an exclusive game, and the exclusivity kind of adds to the bundle. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't know, because you don't actually know about it until you look at the actual bundle from not being logged in or having paid for it. So it might be that it doesn't add anything overall. It might, and the game itself might be rubbish, but they're trying desperately to get people to take part in the monthly bundle, I think. So it could be worth it, it could not be. Looks quite funny though, doesn't it? Now, this is also something else. You get an exclusive sneak peek demo of a game called Planetoid Pioneers, which is a 2D physics game, and you got with sandbox and survival elements. I am reading the text here, sorry. But it takes its lead from the late 1980s action exploration games. So you end up on a planet, you can build things, gather resources, create stuff. So basically it's one of those kind of games. Now, I noticed this is only a demo. You don't get the game, at least not part of this. So again, it's nice to have an exclusivity part, but at the same time it's a demo, so I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think maybe we'll have to see how it develops over the next few months, and or how it affects the future games in the bundle, whether it comes as part of the bundle or not. I don't know. It could be, it could be interesting. So that's pretty much all the games. I mean, there's 8 games, which is pretty good for the money, and it's 8 games that are, in this case, either new or have come out in the last year or so. I mean, Alien Isolation, Broken Age, Titan Souls is pretty old in terms of is at least a year old. The rest of them all either come out pretty much in the last few months, or within the last year. So for money, definitely good value for money. Whether it's worth it or not, I'll leave that up to you, because the thing about each bundle is it depends how you like, what kind of games you like. Some of these, like I said, I like. Some of these are a bit sort of umming and ahhing whether I'm going to play it or not. Certainly that Panarium, whatever you want to call it, and then Elephant in the Room, it's not really something I'm going to spend much time playing if I do play it. The adventure games, definitely going to do that, probably. And Titan Souls, I'll debate about it. So overall, that's my general feelings and thoughts on the Humble Monthly Bundle for February 2016. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of my review and anything else you want to ask me. And I hope that I will see you next month for the March bundle. Now, you may have noticed actually, if I scroll down here slowly, that in next month's bundle we're getting Ark Survival Evolved. Again, now you can pay early to unlock it right now. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I can wait to the 20 odd days that are left of February. But definitely interested in this game. Obviously, I've heard all about it, and I might actually play it, because some people have asked me to play it, and I said, well, first of all, I don't really play multiplayer games for the reason that if my kids wake up, I'm going to struggle to sort of pause it and go off and do something to help them whilst I'm playing a multiplayer game. And second, it's not necessarily, I'm more of a story-esque kind of guy, not a multiplayer-esque kind of guy, but I know there's a single player sort of campaign to Ark, and we'll see we'll see what the bundle is next month, and we'll take it from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, until next time, I'm Cosmo the Coder. See you later.